We'll start at verse 1. And it reads, now, you can have someone to counsel you and say things that could be just a person's opinion, what they think, trying to help. But we have a word to go to. We have a Bible to go to. That we don't have to receive somebody's opinion, because we all have opinions. And opinions can be very, very wrong. So sometimes people can side with us because they love us and because they're concerned, and may give us bad advice. But the Bible will never give us bad advice. It will always speak the truth. So 1 Peter 3:1 says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjection to your own husbands, that if any obey not the word, if they don't obey the word, they also may without the word be won by the conversation of the wives. They don't have a word in them, but you can live the word by your conduct, by you living the word, be a living epistle. And the Bible said we are read of all men. If you be that, you just might win him. And it said, while they behold your chaste conversation, your good conduct, coupled with fear, coupled with reverence for God, when they behold how you carry yourself in a good way, your conversation is godly, the way you conduct yourself with the fear of God, hey, you might win them. You never know. But you have to try. If for no other reason, just to bring glory and honor to God. Whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of plaiting of the hair, and of the wearing of gold, and the putting on of apparel. Don't let it be your outward adorning. Don't let it be what you put on and where your hair looks, or where you fix your hair, and gold, and the way you dress. Because on the inside may look good on the outside, but on the inside you could be a mean and miserable and contentious person. So we don't want the outside to look good, and the inside is rotten. So he said, don't be like that. He said, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, and that which is not corruptible, even the ornament of a meek and quiet spirit. Our spirit should be dressed up in the way we conduct ourselves, in honesty, purity, love, peace, meekness, quiet spirit. Let that be dressed up. Let that be what people see, not your outward appearance, but let them see that inner man. And meek does not mean weak. It means I could, but I won't. Jesus was meek. He could, but he didn't. He could have called leaders of angels to his rescue, but he didn't, because he was meek and lowly, not weak. He said, I have all power in heaven and earth. That's not weak. But he was just meek. And so he also was quiet. As they led him to the cross to crucify him, the Bible said he opened not his mouth. He was reviled, but he reviled not again. He was smitten, but he threatened not. He didn't say anything. And we need to have this quiet spirit and let God take care of it. Let God fight your battle. Once people see that meek and quiet spirit, which is in the sight of God of great price, God put a value on a meek and quiet spirit. He said it's of a great price. When God puts a value on something, it carries a lot of weight. And that's what God is looking for. That meek and quiet spirit in the wives. He said, for after this manner in the old time, the holy women, listen what it's saying, the holy women also who trusted in God, adorned themselves, being in subjection to their own husbands, even as Sarah obeyed Abraham, calling him Lord, whose daughters ye are, as long as ye do well and are not afraid with any amazement. Now, it says here, talks about Sarah, how Sarah treated Abraham. Now, I believe that Sarah was subject to Abraham and obeyed Abraham because of the way he treated her. Abraham showed Sarah love and respect. He showed Sarah so much respect that when Hagar was acting up because she had a child for Abraham, he said to Sarah, do what you want with her. And Sarah dealt harshly with Hagar, and Hagar left. But look what he said. Now, he had a baby by Hagar, but yet they had a son. But Sarah was more important to him than having that son by his side. And so he told Sarah, do with her what you want. Now, Abraham knew that that problem was going to cause Hagar and his son by her to have to leave. But he still had enough respect for Sarah to tell her, do what you got to do. And so, no wonder that Sarah obeyed Abraham and submitted herself to him. The same way today. If a husband treats his wife with respect and honor, like Abraham did, then I believe his wife will also respond to him the way Sarah did to Abraham. But it goes on to say in verse 7, it said, likewise. Look what it's saying. It said, likewise mean also you husbands, dwell with them according to knowledge. You cannot dwell with your wife according to knowledge if you don't know anything about her, if you don't listen to her, what she has to say, her concerns. Let her be a part of making decisions and include her in things. Don't just go out and buy a car and don't consult with her, or buy a house and don't include her in it, or rearrange the house and don't ask her what she thinks or what she wants. For me, I'm talking about for me now, a house is my wife's domain. She should have it the way she wants, because I don't really care. I have a bed to sleep in, a roof over my head, I'm warm. So all of the arrangements in the house and how she wanted to be done, if she's happy with that, I'm happy with that. So I'm cool. So we need to deal with our wives according to knowledge. The reason why sometimes you may be having so many problems with your wife is because you probably don't listen. Listening and communication is one of the most important things in a marriage, is communicating and listening. And so, husband, if you want to know your wife better, then listen to what she has to say. You will have a better marriage. And it said, giving honor unto the wife as unto the weaker vessel, as being heirs together of grace and life, that your prayers be not hindered. Husbands, your prayers will be hindered if you do not honor and respect your wife. So until next time, may God bless you. Alfonso Coble at sbcglobal.net.